Miles here, and today I got a review for actually one of my favorite pairs of shoes I've ever owned, which is the New Balance Minimus. Now this is the MO10, and then usually it has an acronym. I think these are the BKs because they're just black. But I have actually three different pairs that I've owned, starting with the first pair right here. And if you're not familiar with minimal shoes, I mean, there is a transition going from regular like platform based shoes where they have a huge thick sole to them to these minimal footwear shoes. So if you're, like I said, thinking about doing this, I definitely recommend these shoes, but transitioning into these shoes. A lot of people will buy a pair of minimal footwear and then they'll just go ahead and just start wearing them, and then their feet will get hurt, and they'll basically start looking up online and be like, man, all these people are saying that their feet are getting hurt, when really what's going on is they haven't transitioned properly into these shoes. You should start by wearing these anywhere from 30 minutes to maybe an hour a day, and then slowly increase over time. Just because there isn't any support, and you don't really need that, in my opinion. I mean, your foot is evolved over tens of thousands of years, and it doesn't need to be put in a platform shoe where there's a high heel on it, okay? So for these, I mean, the sole, I mean, I can bend these shoes quite easily, right? So there's no high arch or anything like that in it. I love the material. I actually run through shoes pretty quick. Now, back when I was wearing regular shoes, Nikes and things like that, I would go through a pair in about 2 to 3 months. I would get holes in them, and I was surprised when I got these. This is actually my first pair right here. I can still wear these, and I do for yard work. The only thing that's happened is this little lip started to come off. Other than that, it's just normal wear and tear, and I was surprised. I thought I was going to go through these rather quickly. I ran through these. The bottom of the shoes, I mean, that's just any sole. The shoe is going to wear out over time. This isn't as grippy as it once was, but I wore these for a year. So I went from wearing regular shoes for 2 to 3 months to wearing these for a year. The price has kind of gone up if you look for them online, just because they don't make these anymore. Unfortunately, they've gone on to different variations of it. And I've worn a handful of different minimal footwear before these, but like I said, I definitely like these. This is my current pair right here, and this is the water resistant one. I noticed there's a bit better grip up here for the shoe. Super light material. I mean, this can't weigh more than a couple ounces. Like I said, I love the bending and the flexing in it. It's a Vibram bottom, and if you've looked into Vibram before, they have the 5 fingers, right, the toe shoes. A lot of people have been citing and talking about the lawsuit that they went under, I think it was 2 years ago. And if you listen to Katie Bowman or any of her podcasts, and she's a biomechanist that does minimal footwear stuff, she was talking about how the person that sued Vibram was actually thinking that, based off the advertisement, that these shoes, if she just wore these shoes, that they were going to make her healthier. And what ended up happening was she lost the lawsuit, and then Vibram went ahead and gave out, I think it was a couple $1 million for anybody that wanted to return, that thought that the product wasn't good, that they had the option to return the shoe. So I definitely like the fact that New Balance is paired with Vibram, because I love their soles. Really, really good, durable. These are super comfortable. Like I said, there is a transitionary period. It might take you a while, like I said, if you've gone from wearing platform shoes. And the way I look at it is, if you're wearing platform-based shoes, regular shoes right now, it's kind of like putting your foot in a cast, right? It's very restricting for the movement that you can. I can't do this with my regular shoes, right? I can't bend and fold the shoe like that. So not only is your heel elevated, but then your foot is restricted. And what I mean by your heel being elevated, like that has a thick sole on it, so that you're kind of almost walking downhill all the time. So you're talking about a shearing force on your knee, especially if you're going running or anything like that. It's just too much cushion. We're running more and walking more on flat surfaces, on pavement, your house. I mean, there are no articulating surfaces, so there's not any surfaces that mimic outdoors when you actually have to go hiking or something like that, where your ankle is required to be strong and to move in these different positions. We're just kind of set with going on flat ground now. So transitioning to these, like I said, can be difficult for people because they've been wearing these platform-based shoes and they've been walking on a flat surface all the time. So if you're interested in making your ankles stronger, I definitely recommend transitioning to these shoes, slowly transitioning into not wearing footwear all the time. Most of us wear footwear all the time, and getting out on different articulating surfaces, going for walks in the grass and stuff like that, so that you can toughen your feet up. I mean, if I put my arm in a cast, right, it's going to atrophy, right, over time. Same thing with this. You're kind of, if you're putting your foot in a regular shoe, you're putting your foot in a cast, and with that, over time, it's going to get weaker and weaker and weaker. You're gonna not need as much mobility. You're not gonna need as much stability in the ankle and the foot itself. So definitely recommend these shoes. They're durable, right? They've lasted me a long time. Still use these ones. Material's good. I like the design. I just think they look really, really cool. And it has a wide shoebox also, meaning that I can spread my toes out in this. They're not restricted where they're held really, really close, which is a big plus. So I can get more movement in my feet and my toes, right? Feels super comfortable. Definitely take that transitionary period. I don't really have anything negative to say about the shoe, to be honest, just because I love them so much. The only thing that I might add is some of the stitching over time, depending on what you're doing, might come undone. You might get little things right here would just cut those right off. I haven't had any problems where they just start falling apart on me or anything like that. Some of the fabric-based ones, if you're doing any type of work where it's going to cut into this fabric, I mean, it's going to dig a hole in it. So you might be better off with something like this where it doesn't really have that. And this is just the water-resistant variation to it. But definitely recommend the shoe. Like I said, if you're on the border of whether or not to do it, just buy some. Definitely check out eBay. That's where I've been buying my shoes. They're always lightly used. Because right now I think they're 130 bucks on Amazon, or I think I got these for 45 bucks off of Amazon, lightly used, and they came and they looked pretty much new. So definitely make that transition. Just be cautious when you do it. And over time, I mean, your feet will thank you. Your feet will be stronger overall. And you'll kind of avoid certain things, like you'll notice that maybe you don't roll your ankle as much or something like that because it's now strong enough to do that. And it's not held in a cast where the only point that it can really move is at the ankle, so your foot can't move to counter if it's going to roll or anything like that. So definitely want to thank you guys for watching. If you have any questions or anything like that in regards to the shoe, definitely do that below, or any other reviews that you want to see, just let me know. And I want to thank you guys for watching.